I was often left home alone as a kid because my mom was a single parent for much of my childhood. She worked as a nurse with a tough schedule, and my brother had already gone off to college. This particular night, my mom was working an overnight shift. It was a weekend evening, so I invited Molly over, a girl I had been talking to, and she hung out for a while. We watched a few movies and spent some time together until she had to head home because her parents didn't want her staying out late. After she left, I was alone again to watch over the house. I stayed in bed watching TV in my room. My bedroom was upstairs and faced the backyard, so when someone dragged a chair across the deck outside, I heard it clearly. I got up, looked outside the window, and saw someone sitting in one of the deck chairs below. I called out Molly's name, thinking she had come back. She had just left less than 10 minutes before, but whoever was down there looked up at me, and it definitely wasn't Molly. I quickly moved away from the window to hide. I didn't recognize that person at all, especially in the dark. I messaged a few close friends in our group chat, asking if any of them were playing a prank on me. Those who replied said no and asked me what I was talking about. I didn't really believe any of my friends would come to my house just to mess with me anyway. Terrified, but still curious, I slowly approached the window again to take another look. That person was still sitting there in the chair, staring straight up at my window. It was a man, that was clear, and he had definitely seen me. I quickly backed away from the window again and turned off the TV. I sat on my bed, curled into a ball with my arms wrapped around my knees. I stayed there in the dark for a while. I didn't even want to touch my phone because I was afraid he would see the light from it. I also didn't want to make any noise because the window was open and I worried he'd hear the slightest sound. I hoped he'd think I wasn't in the room anymore. I waited what felt like forever, probably around 5 solid minutes, just sitting still. I really doubted that the man would still be there after all that time. I finally built up the courage to get up and peek out the window again. A little part of me felt like it died when I saw him still sitting there, staring right up at my window. Instead of hiding again, I tried to act brave and called down to him, "What do you want?" That's when I noticed his shoulders moving up and down like he was laughing really hard, but I couldn't hear him at first. Then I picked up on a faint whistling sound coming from him. It seemed like he was laughing so hard that he started to wheeze. I asked him again to please leave, then stepped away from the window. I went back to sit on my bed. For some reason, I was too scared to call the police. I left my room and sat at the top of the staircase, listening carefully. I heard the back door being pushed. He was trying to get inside the house. I ran back to my room to hide again. I was only 14 and had no idea what else to do. After a while, I heard the front door's knob being jiggled, and he was trying to force the door open too. Thankfully, he gave up quickly. I shut my bedroom window and pulled the curtains closed. If our doors hadn't been locked, I probably could have been killed easily. I was thin and weak at 14 and definitely not someone who could fight back. I didn't leave my room again until my mom finally came home around 9. When I told her what happened, she got angry at me for not calling 911. Looking back, I realized that was a really stupid mistake. It's one of the many things I did, or rather didn't do when I was younger, that I regret deeply.